Hello. Hey y'all, welcome in. We are going to get started here, just getting everything set up. It is still Aries season, so we starting with Aries. And just so y'all know how I'm going to do things is as the seasons change, we going into Taurus season, we're going to start Taurus. But right now, hey Panzan, we're start with Aries. So let me post that here and pin. Hey Panzan, welcome, welcome. And we are going to get started, y'all. We are talking about who or what is living rent free in your head, in your mind, and what the next steps are from spirit. So, without further ado, let's start with Aries. Who or what spirit is living rent free in Aries' mind? Who or what? You know what? Yep. Let me get that timestamp going on. Eh, almost forgot. I ain't trying to have no problems with Aries. I ain't trying to have no problems with Aries. Gotta have that timestamp. Who or what spirit is living rent free in Aries' mind? Who or what is living rent free in Aries' mind, spirit? Let's see, Aries. We got the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords. Aries, and at the bottom of the deck, Aries, we got the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for a change here, Aries, with this Wheel of Fortune coming through. Spirit is saying that you've given energy too much of your time. And in order to see the shift that's coming towards you, a change in the fortune, you are going to have to release this person or this energy that is living rent free in your head. Behind the Wheel of Fortune is the Queen of Wands. And this isn't necessarily a feminine energy. The Queen of Wands, a lot of us can have that, whether we are masculine, feminine, or any we're outside the binary, Aries. This is somebody who is confident. This is someone who is divinely connected. This is somebody who can use their confidence and their looks to get exactly what they want. And it's somebody that you can't convince that they aren't who they are. And in a lot of spaces, this Queen of Wands energy can be very manipulative, because behind the Queen of Wands is the Seven of Swords. So whoever this is to you, Aries, this is somebody who has manipulated you in the situation and have gotten their way more than once. And Spirit, behind this Seven of Swords, Spirit is saying, Aries, that it's time to end things. It's time to reclaim your energy, reclaim your time, reclaim all the currency, including real currency, if you can. It's time for you to make the shift. It's time for you to step away. We got the Hermit behind that. And for some of you, Aries, it means to actually connect to your higher selves, the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, whoever that is to you. Because this person, of course, used you. This is the Three of Swords here. They used you. They broke your heart. They didn't know how to treat you, because we also have the Four of Pentacles. But it's time for you to withhold from them. It's time for you to withhold from them. Don't give them your energy. Don't give them your time. Don't give them your power. This is about being stingy for yourself and for your highest good, Aries. Behind that Four of Pentacles is the Nine of Cups. This is for you to claim, but you got to make the shift. You have to step away like the Hermit. Go into solitude and not isolation. There's a difference between the two, because solitude is all about growth. It's all about learning those lessons. Isolation is something completely different. Two of Wands is behind the Nine of Cups. It's time for you to make that decision and plan your work your plan. Yeah. This person has had too much time in your head. Whoever this Queen of Wands energy is, they've had too much time living rent free in your head, Aries. Now, going back to this original spread here, we have the Seven of Pentacles, Swords, and the Queen of Swords. You spend a lot of time with this person. So this could be somebody that you were with for a hot minute. You could have been married to them. They could have been your best friend. They could have been, obviously, they were someone who was really important to you. The Eight of Swords here is telling me that is the thing that keeps you trapped. That is the thing that keeps you kind of locked up and locked in. It's like all this time though. All this time. It's got you bound. It's like, damn, it's a waste of time. I wasted so much time. No, Aries, you didn't waste time. You learned. Queen of Swords. You learned. Yes, you went through a lot with this person. Yes, you learned a lot from this person. And Aries, wisdom is knowledge in action. And Aries, you're a wise person. But now it's time to act. It's time to act. Let's clarify. We're going to clarify that pile that I pulled from the bottom of the deck. But first, Spirit is saying to clarify this Queen of Swords here. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords for Aries. Regarding this person, this Queen of Wands energy, who is living rent free in Aries' mind. Ain't got no business being there still. Queen of Swords, please clarify that for us. Spirit, please. Aries, clarify the Queen of Swords for Aries regarding the person living rent-free in Aries' mind. It's the Five of Pentacles, Aries. Listen. Again, we're going back to this Eight of Swords. And this person, although you've been through a lot, you have learned a lot, you've yet to apply what you learned. They want you to stay alienated. They want you to look at your situation as adversity. They want you to stay isolated and feel left out. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you reclaiming your time, your energy, your space, your money. If you probably need to take them to court for something, they don't want you doing that. They want you to have an impoverished mind. They want you to stay in lack mindset, because then they can come back and pull from you some more. And that's not what you're meant for, Aries. You're not meant to live or stay in a mindset of lack, because you're not lacking. You're not lacking. And there's still things. We at the bottom of the deck, the moon. There's still things they're not even telling you. But I don't feel like at this point, Aries, that it even matters. Because it's not going to change the situation. And it's not going to change how they move towards you. Even though with the seven, again, with the Seven of Pentacles here, you've put so much time and energy into the situation. Putting time and energy into finding out or doing more or whatever it is, like I need to know, it's not going to change how they move towards you. I'm going to clarify this Eight of Swords here. Can we clarify the Eight of Swords, please, for Aries? Clarify Eight of Swords. Thank you. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is about building yourself back up. Getting out of your head, and especially getting this person out your head. This is about being methodical, practical. The Knight of Swords is the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is consistent. And this is about consistently feeding and pouring into yourself. And consistently starving the beast or the thoughts that have you in your lack mindset. Whatever this person has told you to make you think that you need them around, whatever you may have told yourself, because sometimes we do that to convince ourselves. We may have excuses for other people. This is about pouring into you and being consistent with that. Building yourself back up. Seeing the truth, Queen of Swords energy. Calling out the bullshit as bullshit. And acting accordingly. Can we clarify that those cards from the bottom of the deck, starting with the Wheel of Fortune for Aries? And then Aries, we're going to go into what the next steps are for you regarding this person who's living rent-free in your mind. Can we clarify the Wheel of Fortune stack for Aries? We got the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is somebody, of course, pages bring messages, but the Wands is about passion. It's about excitement. And in order to shift this energy into a space of fortune, because this is the Wheel of Fortune that was at the bottom of the deck previously for you, Aries. You got to get excited about getting to know yourself again. You got to get excited about dropping this weight. Whoever this Queen of Wands is, you about to lose a lot of weight. I don't know if this is a masculine or a feminine or a non-binary person, but whoever this Queen of Wands energy is for you, you about to drop a lot of weight. And when you drop a lot of weight, guess what you get in return? More energy, more money, more time, and the list just flows. It keeps going. It keeps going. So that spirit's like, get excited about what's coming. Because if you're not excited about this shift, then who is going to be excited about this shift for you, Aries? You got to get excited about it. I'm excited about it for you. But you also have to be excited for yourself. What's the next steps? Next steps for Aries, please. Regarding, first of all, y'all, just in case you don't see what that is, that's the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Coins. We talking about next steps now. Cups here. Ooh. And the Ten of Pentacles. You know what? I'm gonna pick these up so you can see it for yourself, Aries. Let me pick these up so you can see what I see. Look at that. Look at all them pentacles. Didn't I say dropping weight? Dropping weight will surround you with pentacles. And it requires you, did I tell you, you got to get excited? You have to change your perspective and don't look at it as a situation where, man, I put so much time into it and I wasted my time. Like, no, what it did was teach you. It teach you how to spot and see and smell bullshit coming from a mile away. So when the next person starts talking like this other energy was talking, Aries, you're like, I'm out. Nah, I'm good. It's about shifting your perspective. You are now enlightened. You are now enlightened, Aries. And nobody can take that away from you. No one can take that away from you. But let's get back into this advice, though. Spirit is saying your next steps to prosperity, your next steps to legacy. And we know, Aries, that prosperity isn't just about, the coin. It's not just about, expanding those things, those material things. That's just the icing on the cake that happens. But this prosperity that's coming your way, the sustainability, the support, it starts within. You have to support yourself. And in order to support yourself, Aries, in order to see and to thrive with this Ace of Coins, with these pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, you got to emotionally disconnect from whomever this Queen of Wands is to you. See it as the lesson, because Aries, come on now. You don't lose, Aries. You either win or you learn. That's it. That's all. There's no losing. You either win or you learn. And what you learned is that it's time to piece that person out. They can't live in your mind rent free anymore. They got to pay some kind of rent. They got to put down deposits, something. Because Spirit wants you to start building. And in order to build, you have to start within. You got to start pouring into you. That starts with you. And this is that opportunity. This is that opportunity, Aries. I tell you. Some of you might end up getting a dog. I know that's random, but Spirit. Some of y'all might end up adopting a dog. And let me tell you, Aries, it's my dog is the best. But yeah, because pets, they show you what unconditional love really is, especially a dog. Now, if you're not a dog person, that's okay. It wasn't for you. But it is about learning. You can learn a lot of things from having a pet. Yeah, your prosperity though, Aries, it starts with you, and you have to pull within. And you got to walk away from this bullshit. Continuing to stay in this energy with this Queen of Wands person is just going to continue to bring challenge upon challenge upon challenge. And you're way better than that. You've learned, and now it's time to move on. Yeah, that's it, Aries. That's it, Aries. That's all I got. That was quick. But Aries, you pick up fast. I don't need to linger on anything for you, Aries. I hope that helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good, Aries. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for stopping through, Aries. All right. Aries done. And now, who we got next? We got Taurus. Taurus up. Taurus is on deck. Taurus, you come through and things start knocking over. What in the world, Taurus? They don't want me to tell you. That's what that is. Let me unplug this real quick. There we go. There we go. Well, I didn't want you to have the message, Taurus. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them. All right. Let's see. All right. Live in a living color. Things be happening on the live. Things happen on the live. Now serving Taurus. All right, Taurus, let me get your timestamp going because I also don't want any problems with you, Taurus. All right. Hey, Taurus, hey. We're about to get into who or what, Taurus, is living rent free in your mind and what the next steps are from Spirit. Who or what is living rent free in Taurus's mind? Spirit. Who or what is living rent free in Taurus's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Taurus's mind? Let's see what we got, Taurus. We got the Five of Pentacles. We already, Taurus. We got the King of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups. Okay, Taurus. At the bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. Already, Taurus. Somebody got you in your head. In your head. It's a setup, Taurus. It's a setup. Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. They have you thinking that your shit ain't shit, essentially. But Taurus, come on. Come on, Taurus. Let's not believe that. Five of Swords was behind the Eight of Swords. You know, it's giving first of all, yeah, definitely deceptive, but also it's giving gosh, what's the word I'm looking for, Spirit? Breadcrumbing is one, but also just convincing you that you aren't the main person or the main character in your story. I don't know how they were able to do that to a Taurus, But somehow this person was able to do it. We got the Five of Wands. Not behind the Five of Wands is the King of Wands. Behind the Five of Swords, excuse me. So this person came through, and this is King of Wands energy, Taurus, but I'm not technically getting like this person is masculine, or basically King of Wands can have all the characteristics of anybody. Just like the Queen of Wands with Aries. This is somebody who is very confident. This may be somebody who is a supervisor or a lead, or they have the confidence of a leader. They may be even a leader in the community. And people see them a different way than you do, Taurus. You get to see a different side of them, because this is how they show up when they out in the streets. They show up like this and when they out in the street, Taurus. But when you're with them behind closed doors, it's a completely different person. This is a person who lies, try to convince you that the truth isn't the truth. They piss on your leg and tell you that it's raining on purpose. And they've been doing it so long, Taurus, that you start to question yourself, like, wait, well, maybe it is raining. That is sunshine rain. P is sunshine rain now. It's like that. They've been doing it for so long. But again, we have somebody that you have been around or have been in a relationship or a friendship with for so long. You put in so much time with this person, and a lot of times that is what keeps us in situations, how much we invest in them, any kind of currency, whether we're talking about time, whether we're talking about energy, whether we're talking about money, or fiat, all of it. And that's what keeps you in this stance too, Taurus. It's like you're like this woman, like, damn, I put so much time in here. What am I going to do? Like, I kind of don't want to, because all the time that I've invested in this person, all the money that I've put into this situation, everything, it's what keeps you stuck in this Eight of Swords, keeps you stuck in your mind as well as in the situation. But now it's time to start making plans. It's time to look beyond what's going on. It's time to see beyond what you're being told with the Two of Wands here. Because there's a lot more going on, and there is a lot more for you to have, Taurus, with this Nine of Cups. There are dreams that you still have. There are things that you want to do. However, wishes aren't going to be fulfilled as long as you remain in this Eight of Swords energy. It's hard to live a fulfilled life in the Eight of Swords energy. It's difficult. And whoever this King of Wands is prefers you in that Eight of Swords energy, because then they get to show up as King of Wands, shining bright and shit, Taurus, when it is supposed to be your story. When your light is just as bright. But sometimes what I'm getting here, Taurus, is that sometimes you dim your light just for them to shine bright. Sometimes we get tired of the back and forth, tired of the cycles. And it gets into that, going back to this Eight of Swords, where it's just like, all right, you got it. I ain't even trying to do the back and forth with you right now. You got it. But going back to the original spread, and we'll clarify what I pulled from the bottom of the deck here. Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Four of Cups. This King of Wands energy is somebody who is definitely a Casanova type. They know what they have. They know they have those characteristics that people are drawn to, and they use it for their benefit. And meanwhile, here with this Five of Pentacles, it's it's like a pseudo confidence that they have, because inside they know that if you were to bounce, this shit wouldn't be shit. A lot of the stuff that they have, a lot of their confidence is mostly ego, and it's mostly Taurus because you've helped build them up. You would be that missed opportunity with the Four of Cups here. Can we clarify this one? Okay. We're going to clarify this Four of Cups for you, Taurus. Please clarify the Four of Cups for Taurus, please. Everything, their whole confidence, Taurus, is built on either diminishing your light, convincing you that you are small. That's the only way they got into this king position, this pseudo king position. Yeah, you put them there. They rode your back. They rode your energy, because should you remove your energy, they would be shit out of luck. You see where that person is? Right outside the door. Can't get in the bushes practically. Like, can we clarify the Four of Cups for Taurus, please? Clarify the Four of Cups for Taurus. We got the Ace of Swords. This is your breakthrough. This is the moment, Taurus, where you awaken and see that you are the main character. You, Taurus, are the missed opportunity. You are the one who put this person where they are. And if you were to remove your energy, Taurus, they wouldn't have anything. They'll be a shell of a person. While you go on thriving, not surviving. You're surviving this. But we're talking about thriving. They need your energy. You know what that is? You know what that's called, Taurus? In science and in life, they call that a parasite. Parasites can't live without a host. And you hosted all of whoever this person is. This right here, Taurus, this is your insight. This is your confirmation that you are the main character of your story. And whoever this King of Wands, King of Cups, player type is, they're a parasite. And a parasite is going to do what parasites do, which is feed off of others. Can we clarify the King of Cups for Taurus, please? Clarify the King of Cups for Taurus. Look, the Two of Wands is out here again. This is a completely different deck. Two of Wands, Two of Wands. This person, whoever this is to you, Taurus, whoever this person is who is living rent free in your mind, they're already making plans to find another host. For some of you, they've already found another host. But hell, why not have more than one? They don't have any, they can't, they don't, this person probably doesn't have a home, like, of their own, if that makes sense. Meaning that they have to live with other people. Maybe they don't have the credit. Maybe they don't have the money. They come off with the confidence like they do, but that's what parasites do. This person may not have, and depending on where you are, I understand that some cities or some places where you live, you don't have to have your own transportation. Like if you lived in New York or you live in some metropolitan area, you can do, you don't have to have a car. But for those of you who don't live in a place like that, this person probably depends on you to get from point A to point B, or depends on somebody else. That's a parasite. They can't get anywhere else because one, they ain't got the money. This ain't the King of Pentacles. This is the King of Wands and the King of Cups. And they're not really, this is some pseudo stuff because we got the Five of Swords here. They're already making plans, or they've already done it. They've already scouted out the next host. Can we clarify this Eight of Swords for Taurus, please? Because Taurus, I want you in your Nine of Cups where you deserve to be, where you should be. Manifesting, thriving, building, and becoming. You see what it is. This is what this energy, this pseudo King of Wands and pseudo King of Cups is trying to keep you from. They trying to keep you from your prosperity. By keeping you in this Eight of Swords energy, they are keeping you from your prosperity. By this person living in your mind rent free, you're being held from your prosperity. Opportunities that could come your way if you drop that weight. The resources that could come your way if you drop that weight. Extra finances just by you not giving them any money or taking them anywhere in your car because gas is high. If you drop that weight. Have you seen the cost of gas? Imagine just a little bit of saying, if you were to say no to this person, like, nah, I ain't coming to pick you up. Nah, Guess how many gallons you would save? Like, nah. Because parasites don't give you gas money. Parasites don't give you money for groceries. They try to convince you that they gave you something. Yeah. Listen, bottom of the deck is the Empress. Taurus. This is you. This prosperity and this Empress energy, regardless of your biological sex, regardless of your gender identity, you could just call things forth. You're supposed to be in an era of receiving, Taurus. Receiving prosperity. What's the next move for Taurus regarding this person who is living rent-free in Taurus's mind? We got the Page of Pentacles here, Taurus. Ooh, Taurus, didn't I tell you? Receiving. That's the star. Triumph. That's the Six of Wands, Taurus. Trying to tell you, Taurus. Bottom of the deck. This This person, Taurus, is trying to keep you in bondage because we have the Ace of Pentacles. We got the Star. We got the Six of Wands. They don't want you to see the amazing, gifted, talented, intelligent person that you are. Somebody who doesn't need anybody else to thrive because they know they have everything within. This person, as a parasite, has to look without to thrive and survive. You, Taurus, do not. And you have to learn with this page of Pentacles here. This is this opportunity to learn your potential, not just learn it, but to heal from it. Some of you don't even have peace. This is about renewal of your mind. And in order for you to renew your mind, renew your energy, you have to recognize what is going on right in front of you and see it as good news. It's good news that you learned this. It's good news that you've had this awakening or this realization, this epiphany, because now you can move forward towards prosperity, towards all these wishes fulfilled. This Nine of Cups energy, Taurus, which is where you're supposed to be anyway. Being ambitious, because there's this Ace of Pentacles that they're trying to give to you, your divine your ancestors, the universe, God, whomever it is that you believe in and lean into for spiritual guidance. This Ace of Pentacles they're trying to give to you starts with this page. It begins with you. That's it. I want you to reclaim everything from this energy, heal from what they try to convince you that you are not. This person tried to make you think that you got a small life, and we know better than that. We know better than that. That's what I got, Taurus. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good, Taurus. Thank you for your energy. All right, we're moving on. Who is on deck? We just did Taurus. Let's see. We got Gemini on deck. All right. Let me get my little thing going. Now serving Gemini. All right. Hey, Gemini, hey. Oh, let's get into it, Gemini. We will find out who it is or what it is that's living rent-free in your mind, Gemini. Who or what is living rent-free in Gemini's mind? Let's see. Let's find out. Okay. Who or what is living rent-free in Gemini's mind? Who or what is living rent-free in Gemini's mind? Yes, 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 yes. Who or what is living rent-free in Gemini's mind? All right. Ooh, all three came out. Awesome. Okay, Gemini. We have the Moon, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, Gemini, we have the Star. Yep. There's a lot of healing surrounding this one, Gemini. And it's understandable because this is based around a mother figure with the Queen of Pentacles here. So it could be a grandmother, it could be an auntie, it could be your mom. But with the Star here, there's a lot of healing that is required. Behind the Star is the Eight of Cups. This could be a person, this mother figure. Could be somebody who left your life at a very pivotal point. And when I say left, I mean like physically left, not, that they transitioned on, something that was out of their control, that they, chose to leave in one way or another. Whether that meant that they left you with grandma or auntie, uncle, or another family member, or they left you to the to social services. Those are just a couple of examples. However it resonates. But there's a lot of hurt, rightfully so. Behind the Eight of Cups is the Six of Pentacles. This is somebody, Spirit is showing me this is somebody that you try over and over again to appease this person, Gemini, to prove your worth. You give to them and give to them and give to them. And it may not be reciprocated. It's coming from, it's like what I'm hearing is worthiness. That's why you keep your pockets open, your door open for them, although they may not have done the same for you. Yeah, behind that is justice. You're looking for reciprocity. You're looking for fairness in this relationship with them. You're looking for a change in how they treat you. You're looking for them with the Lovers here to love you the way you love them. For them to choose you, Gemini. The Lovers is about making decisions as well as, lovers. But in this situation, it's about deciding, this person deciding that they choose you and they choose to show you love. But this is being behind the Lovers. There's a lot of major arcana coming out here, Gemini, for you. Is the Hermit. And this is about you going within because this situation with this maternal figure is one of people pleasing and continuously giving to the ungrateful. But it requires self and go within, as well as connect to whomever it is that you lean into spiritually, to see that you are whole, Gemini. You're not lacking in anything. The reason that this maternal figure act the way they do is because they're lacking, not you. Their failure to provide, to be the maternal figure that you needed them to be, their fear to do that is not your failure, it's theirs. But you would have to go within this hermit energy to know and see that. But it's understandable with this Three of Swords that your heart is broken, because time after time after time after time again, Gemini, they didn't choose you. As much as you give, again, that Six of Pentacles is out here. As much as you give, they don't reciprocate. You show up, they can't be bothered. Going back to the original spread here, we have the Moon, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. The thing is with this person, this maternal figure, Gemini, is that they know they can't be what you need them to be. There's this fear around responsibility, and that has nothing to do with you. Not only that, but the fear causes them to keep chaos in their lives, and as a result, they bring chaos into yours. Let me clarify this Five of Wands here for you, Gemini. Let's clarify this Five of Wands, please, for Gemini. Clarify the Five of Wands for Gemini, please. Clarify the Five of Wands for Gemini. Clarify the Five of Wands for Gemini, please. The Sun. This is being exposed right now, Gemini. You know, the Sun, you can't hide anything from the Sun. Everything is being brought to light. The pain is being surfaced. It's being brought up for a reason, because now it's time to release this energy that's been holding you back. Now it's time to heal with the star that was at the bottom of the deck. Because the Sun is all about fulfillment. And Spirit wants you to see the chaos that is being brought into your life through this person, and how it keeps you in an energy of heartbreak. There's this joy that your spirit guides, that God, the universe, wants you to have, and you can attain it as long as you're trying to please this maternal energy. Can we clarify the Queen of Pentacles, please? Interesting. It's the Ten of Swords. This maternal energy is clarified by the Ten of Swords. This person is going to continue to do what they do, and it's really who they are until they decide to change who they are. They are going to continue to betray you. They're going to continue to tell you that they need money for one thing and use it for something else. They are going to continue to tell you that they are going to be somewhere or be there for you and do not show up. They are going to continue to be that person. It's unfortunate because they're missing out. You're not missing out. They're missing out on you, Gemini. This card, it landed face down on this card. What's this card? It's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is my chill card. And Spirit's just like, you got to chill on this person. You got to chill on this maternal energy. You got to stop doling out the cash to this maternal energy who doesn't reciprocate love, who doesn't pour into you. You got to chill on them. You got to remove your energy. Can we clarify the star for Gemini, please? Clarify the star for Gemini. Okay. Clarify the star for Gemini. And then Gemini, we're going to get what your next steps are regarding this maternal energy. Clarify the star for Gemini. Listen. Knight of Swords. And you see what it says. Action. It's time for you to take action. And what this action is implying, because we just talked about the chill. It's time for you to chill. It's also time for you to take action for yourself, because we're talking about the star. Everything that you want to acquire, everything that you want to become, it starts with you. You're pouring out when you need to be pouring in, Gemini. That's the action. What's the next step for Gemini regarding this maternal energy? We got the King of Pentacles. You know, the King of Pentacles is somebody who takes care of themselves. They take care of everybody else too. But first, it's about making sure, because you can't take care of anybody, Gemini, if you all, burnt out, laid out, broke, and everything else, right? This is about you. It's about empowering yourself. Some of you have business ideas and you have delayed them because for some reason, regarding this maternal energy. All about self-worth. The King of Pentacles knows his worth. And this is about knowing your worth too, Gemini. Knowing your worth and adding tariffs. Fuck tax. We adding tariffs to your worth. Know your worth and add tariffs. And knowing your worth starts with this healing. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. Confidence, boldness, vision. There's a lot of things that you have not done, and it's not because you don't have the vision. It's that you've been distracted by this maternal energy and the chaos and everything else that comes with her. Probably even some competitiveness where she may think you act too much like your father. So she don't like you. So she wants to make you feel small. You know what I mean? It's that. But Spirit is saying that you need to be confident. You need to take care of yourself. You need to step out and do those things that you've been trying to do this whole time. It's time to take action. It's time to heal yourself. And don't wait on this maternal energy to help you heal. Because she's gonna keep showing up the way she show up every time. And I hate this, Gemini. I really do. I hate this for you. But I'm grateful that I've been able to tell you, and Spirit has been able to use me to tell you this message, because you got to take care of you, Gemini. Is that it, Spirit? That's it, Gemini. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Gemini. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. All right. I think we got Cancer on deck. All right. Let me see. Let me catch up. Valentine. Oh, Valentine, we're doing zodiacs. These aren't personal readings. Hey, Hector. Hector Galvin. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me get Cancer's time stamp going. All right. Cancer. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Cancer. Now serving Cancer. Hit the first card, you will see Raven. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but okay. Yeah, this is not an individual reading. We're doing Cancer now. All right. Who or what is living rent free in Cancer's mind, Spirit? Who or what is living rent free in Cancer's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Cancer's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Cancer's mind? We got the Ten of Cups here, Cancer. Three of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Let's see, at the bottom of the deck, Cancer, we have the Page of Pentacles. How interesting. Because behind that Page of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles. There's this whole family ideal that it feels like it's keeping you kind of stuck. You're presenting as the Page of Pentacles, Cancer. So this means what Spirit is showing me is that there's, the family as a whole, and then there's you like growing up as a child in this family. The Ten of Pentacles, you're the Page of Pentacles. And there's this energy that you are supposed to act or be a certain way. Of course, that's because that's how you were raised. You know, there are certain things that are expected of you. Whether that means that you follow tradition, like you become a doctor because your dad was a doctor or your mom was a doctor, somebody else was a doctor. You know, you become a lawyer, you become a teacher. You know, it's like that. You have these expectations that you that have been assigned to you, that have been ascribed to you, Cancer, just by being born into this family. The Knight of Wands is behind this Ten of Pentacles. However, you want to do your own thing. There's somebody, you know, it could have been like a friend who you is you have this thought like, I don't really want to do that. And so behind the Knight of Wands is the Six of Swords. You started to kind of distance yourself, not just from, you know, the family, but also from the expectations that were ascribed to you. Because it doesn't resonate. And going back to the original spread here, the Ten of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles, your contentment, your happiness and fulfillment is is surrounded by chosen family. But you still toss and go back and forth with what you were taught from the family that you grew up in. You feel more like yourself with your chosen family. You have a whole Ten of Cups with your chosen family. And although with the family that you were born into or that you grew up with, you have the Ten of Pentacles, your fulfillment is with your chosen family. Shoot, you don't even feel safe with the people, like safe to express yourself, safe to be yourself in the family that you grew up in. Hence the Six of Swords, which is why you're distancing yourself. And it makes sense. It makes sense. But now it feels like you're at a crossroads where it's like, okay, I gotta make a choice. You keep going, you know, back and forth. Can we clarify this Three of Cups for Cancer? Clarify the Three of Cups for Cancer, please. I'm getting this. It feels like there's this threat. This threat of if you don't follow the legacy or tradition of the family, that you might get cut off. You might get disowned, which is why you're kind of like, eh. To clarify, the Three of Cups is the Queen of Pentacles. There is this person, this Queen of Pentacles energy. This is again chosen family. This person may be a little older than you. Um, but they're definitely a friend and a confidant. They're somebody who takes care of you, somebody who is like um a parental figure to you. For a lot of you, they have helped you feel safe and secure. They actually know that they care about you. And although they may have means, um, it's that's not what it's about. You feel safer divulging and being vulnerable with this person who you may have met not very long ago. You feel more safe to be vulnerable with them than the people you've known your whole life. Can we clarify the two of pentacles? Clarify the two of pentacles with Cancer. Gotta call you Gemini. The world. Yeah. This is Spirit is saying a decision has to be made. A decision has to be made, Cancer. And the decision that you make will determine whether you close out this cycle that you've been in with your family or if you will continue into it. Will you elevate or will you go back into the cycle? Will you decide to live a life of fulfillment or live a life where you have no control over what you do? Let me clarify the Page of Pentacles. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles is the Fool. This is about trusting your journey. It's about having a fresh start. It's about already knowing where you're supposed to be going. You already know. You already know. You already know where your divine path is supposed to be going. So what are the next steps here for Cancer? Listen, the Hermit. You already know. And in case you don't know, Cancer, it's time to seek guidance. You've already stepped away from the distractions. You've already stepped away from the family members who or relatives. I'll say that because not everybody who is related to you is family. They are relatives. So you've already stepped away and separated yourself from the relatives who don't give you space to be yourself. But now it's time for a season of spiritual growth. It's time to connect to the universe. It's time to connect to your benevolent ancestors, God, whomever it is that gives you spiritual guidance, Gemini. It's time, but you already know. But for more direction and for more clarity, there you go. Yep, bottom of the deck, 3 of Wands. You already know. It's time to make moves. It's time to make moves. It's time to make moves. It's time for growth. Can you grow in the tradition that to you? You know the answer to that, Gemini. That's it. That's what I got. I hope that helps, Gemini, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, Gemini, thank you for stopping through. All right, who is that? We got Echoes in Time. Hey, Echoes in Time. I am not doing individual readings. This is all signs, Echoes in Time. Hey, Lulu. All right. Oh, so up next, I'm well, Lulu. How are you? All right. We're not at Libra yet. We're about to hit up Leo. So you can sit, chill, and bring your good energy, or you can come back through. It's up to you. All right, let me get the timestamp for my Leos. Got Leos on deck. Now serving Leo. Hey, Pisces. All right. Well, y'all, okay. My bad, Lulu. Pisces is the last. I started with Aries. My bad, Lulu. That's just how it worked out today. Oh, not the tiger. All right, Leos. I'm a Leo. Let's see. Who or what is living rent free in Leo's mind? Who or what? Okay, Lulu. Who or what is living rent free in Leo's mind? Thank you for being here. Who or what is living rent free in Leo's mind? Yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. We got the Chariot. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, Leo, we got the King of Swords. Mm. This King of Swords, Leo, is your boss. Now, it did show up as the King of Swords, which is usually boss energy. However, you know, this is somebody who can be masculine, feminine, or anywhere outside of the binary. Um, so yeah. Ooh, behind the King of Swords is the Tower. Has their energy shifted towards you? Because that's kind of what I'm getting. Five of Wands. Why did I just hear they think you coming after their job, Leo? It's Five of Wands here. You've been showing out. You've been showing out at work, Leo. That's what Leos do. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. Yes, you have. You have been showing out at work. And as a result, the boss, and if you just look at his face, look at his face, watching you, knowing you coming after his job. Well, no, he coming after you, and he's afraid, as he should be. I mean, as they should be, afraid with the moon, because this is one of those things, though, Leo. Seven of Swords is behind the moon, so what that's telling me also is that there may be some other things that's up this boss's sleeve. So this is one of those things where you gotta, as we say in corporate, and probably anywhere, cover your ass. Because I'm getting like some real. There's a Five of Cups behind. Five of Cups behind that. This person would be devastated if you were to show them up. Continue to show them up. Behind the Five of Cups. There you go. Look how regal you are, Leo. Ain't and not bothered. But maybe a little bit bothered. Because behind the strength is the Ten of Wands. It is a heavy burden to carry when you are the boss. There's certain ways that you can't really, things that you do as the employee that you don't do as a boss, right? And there's a learning curve, but it doesn't mean that with the Eight of Pentacles here that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that you can't perfect it and do it damn well, because that's what you do anyway, Leo. I will not apologize for being biased, Leo. I will not apologize, because look, behind the Eight of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles. Look how flourished. Look how elegant, self-sufficient, independent. But that Seven of Swords, it's just giving me, it's like, yeah, this person is shady. This person is shady. Going back to your original spread, we're going to clarify what I just pulled from the bottom of the deck here. But going back to your original spread, Leo, with the seven, with the Chariot, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Are you, this is one of the things where this boss is giving you pause. There is an opportunity with the Chariot. The Chariot means that you are on the right track. The Ace of Swords means this is an opportunity. This is a breakthrough for you, because you've been putting in the work and the time, Leo, with the Seven of Pentacles. You've been doing your damn thing. However, this boss energy is living in your mind rent free because of this Seven of Swords that came up and this Five of Wands that came up behind them. And it made sense. However, it shouldn't stop you. Let me clarify this Ace of Swords for Leo. Like, you know what the truth is. The Ace of Swords is about truth, integrity, and definitely not about making yourself small or like dimming your light because somebody else is afraid that you're gonna block their shine. Let me clarify. The Ace of Swords, please, for Leo. Clarify the Ace of Swords for Leo. The Moon, again, different deck. The apprehension that you may feel about continuing the path that you're on, the path of shine, the path of showing up and showing the fuck out, Leo. The fear or apprehension, I won't say fear. I say apprehension that you feel by continuing to do that. It's an illusion. The intimidation that this person may present with Leo, it's an illusion because they don't have a leg to stand on. So yeah, they started acting funny. So yeah, they're trying to catch you up, but you most likely know their job better than they do, which is why they're intimidated. You already got the go ahead, Leo, with the Chariot. Can we clarify the Seven of Pentacles? The Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the big ass pentacle. And this just ain't one big ass pentacle. It's the pentacle coming from the hand of God, coming from your ancestors, from the universe, Leo. You put in the work because this was meant for you. For some of you, Leos, your boss is going to be your employee. For some of you, you're going to take their job. For others of you, you're going to be their boss. But you can't allow their intimidation to give you pause. Can we clarify the King of Swords? And then we're going to go into what your next steps are, Leo. Clarify the King of Swords. They are intimidated by you. Whoever this boss is to you, Leo, they are intimidated by you. You came in, you did the damn thing, and you look flawless doing it. You made it look easy. And they are intimidated. But they should be. But that's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about that. It's called self-esteem. You can't control how they feel about you. Nor should you want to. What's the next steps for Leo regarding this boss energy, please? What are the next steps for Leo, please? This is crazy. This person is something else, I tell you. Temperance. Just in case you can't see it. Temperance. This is one of those situations, Leo, where you adapt, adjust, overcome, and elevate. Adapt, adjust, overcome, elevate. With the position that you're going into, with the job that you're going into, you have to be able to do that anyway. But so this is a good place to start. This is a good place to start. And it starts by knowing that this position, whether it's this boss's position or to become their boss, it was created for you. It was meant for you. And how you can adapt, adjust, overcome, and elevate beyond anything that this person is trying to throw at you because they're intimidated by you. Listen, at the bottom of the deck, didn't I tell you? Created for you. It's yours. That's a star. It's already yours. You have to believe it. Be certain of it. That's it. And transmute that energy. Whatever kind of negativity this person is trying to shoot at you, you can transmute it. Leo, you're Leo. I love it. You got this, Leo. You got this. And congratulations in advance. All right, Leo, that's what I got. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Until next time, Leo. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Shirley. Hey. On deck, we have Virgo. Let me get timestamp ready for Virgo. Oops. Hey, Virgo. Hey. Now serving Virgo. All right. So let's find out, Virgo. Who or what is living rent free in your mind? Who or what is living rent free in Virgo's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Virgo's mind? Eight of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, Virgo, we have the Hierophant. Behind the Hierophant is the Four of Swords. Let me show that to you. Behind that is the Emperor. Virgo, were you supposed to follow in the footsteps of somebody? Because with this Hierophant, especially if it's a father energy, either way, you're just not feeling it at all. This may be where it could even be one of those things where your father is a preacher, your granddaddy was a preacher, or just heavy in the church or in religion. I'll say that. And it could even be as broad as being in a specific religion where you're just not feeling it. And it may be because with the Three of Swords here, there may be some trauma behind it, behind the relationship between the three, the relationship with you in that religion and the relationship with you in that father figure. Behind that Three of Swords is the Seven of Cups. And it's giving me that energy of where, even though you're not feeling it, you kind of, for lack of a better term, fake the funk when you're around certain people. Like you don't even believe the things that they may be saying, or you put on airs because you want to keep the peace, but it's all an illusion. You may have even gone as far as to, like, if, for example, if you are a PK, preacher kid, for those who don't know what that means. If you're a PK and you know your parents have set aside or encouraged you to go to um, school for theology, you actually have gone. However, you really don't want to do it. That's where the Seven of Cups comes in. It's like it's an illusion. I'm here, but I don't have any intentions on following through with any of this when I'm done. Yeah. Behind the Seven of Cups is the Magician, and behind that, ooh, is the Hermit. What I say? No intentions of following through. You have realized you had your, so to speak, and I use this loosely, especially for those of you who may have grown up in Christianity. So the pun is intended. So you have no intentions of following through. You had your come to Jesus meeting with yourself and your spirit team and realized, look, I have everything I need within. And so you've made a decision here with the lovers that's going to change everything. It's going to change everything with the Three of Wands. Change everything, not just in your life, but also in the dynamics of the family. Going back to the original spread here, the Eight of Swords, Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, there is this energy, though, of course, of uh, apprehension, that even though you may be following through, or even though you may be playing along, cosplay, if you will, it's kind of, it's really kind of messing with you still, instead of living freely and fully in your fulfillment. That's what's living rent free in your mind. This tradition, this this conditioning, because you still kind of feel like you're doing something wrong when you're not. But that's what conditioning does, right? Can we clarify the Ace of Wands here for Virgo? Yeah, conditioning is a motherfucker, I tell you. Very difficult to get out of. But once you free yourself, woo wee, man, I tell you, never want to go back. Can we clarify the Ace of Wands? Can we clarify the Ace of Wands for Virgo? Clarifying the Ace of Wands for Virgo. It's the Nine of Pentacles. It does say luxury. Listen, this this journey, this life that you have been exposed to, that has freed your mind up from the conditioning, it is meant to set you on a path of independence and self-sufficiency, of luxury for many of you, for abundance. And abundance has levels to it, right? As you continue to elevate in your spirituality, Virgo, you access different levels of abundance. The abundance expands as you expand. But it first requires you to free yourself from this Eight of Swords energy, like you're doing something wrong by living against the conditioning and going against tradition. You're not doing anything wrong. Can we clarify? The Nine of Cups. The Six of Pentacles. But first of all, let's just talk about how these two clarifiers are pentacles. Whatever you are being freed from and going to walk into and walk towards, it's going to be a life that takes care of you. Your spirit team, the universe, should you decide to give this conditioning the boot from your mind or start charging rent, you're gonna be flourishing with these pentacles all around you. This is something that is meant, so I don't know if you were thinking about Virgo or have there's been a calling for you to serve, whether you're like a healer or a teacher or something like that. But this life is meant to take care of you. You know, there's this saying, where there is vision, there's provision. And that's what Spirit is saying this is. You have been given a vision and a freedom in your mind. Can we clarify the Hierophant for Virgo? Yeah. And there's the Emperor again. But with this Emperor, Virgo, this is about claiming authority over your own life. All that other stuff was ascribed to you by humans, but you have a divine calling. You have a divine path, and it is time for you to claim authority over it, Virgo. What's Virgo's next steps? Virgo's next steps. Listen. Claiming victory. This is the Chariot. This is about getting on your path, Virgo. And knowing, being certain on the right path, because it brings with it success. You know, the Chariot is all about, again, victory. At the bottom of the deck, you're done. You're done with tradition. You're done with living the life that people want you to live. This is a time to end it. You're done with that. It did what it was supposed to do, when it was supposed to do it, and now this era is over. It's time for a new beginning. Yeah, and it's this new beginning requires and it calls for living a fulfilled life. And if you continue, Virgo, to allow or live a life that has been ascribed to you as opposed to a fulfilled one, you definitely won't be happy. You won't have joy or peace. But the choice is always yours. But I feel like, Virgo, you already made your choice. The card said you did. Spirit said you did. But now you have to claim the authority over it. It's time to stop playing that cosplay. Stand 10 toes down. Stand on your square, Virgo. Stand on your square. That's it. That's it for Virgo. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Virgo. All right. We're moving on. Let me get my time step set up for Libra. Libra's on deck. Oops. All right. here. Now serving Libra. All right. Hey, Richmond. We are doing all signs reading, not individual readings today. All right. So, Libra, let's see, Libra. Who or what is living in your mind rent free? Who or what is living in Libra's mind rent free? Spirit. Who or what is living in Libra's mind rent free? Who or what is living in Libra's mind rent free? Let's see what we got. The Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. This Eight of Swords has been coming out like water. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Libra, this Nine of Wands is different. And here's why. You know, in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, Libra, how the Knight of Wands, there's a whole bunch of wands standing up behind a person, which gives an, it implies boundaries. Libra, you're carrying your boundaries. You got your boundaries all folded up, and as opposed to using them. Where's your boundaries, Libra? Yeah. It's like you have them, they're in your hand, but you haven't set them up yet. You know what you want. You know what you don't want people to do to you. It's like, you know, in your mind, or you know how you have conversations with yourself. You know, if you have a disagreement with somebody, you come up with those things that you should have said, like, man, dang, wish I would have said, I should have said this. That's what I'm getting, Libra. It's like, you know, you're saying to yourself, ooh, what you won't do, but you won't express it to certain people. You're holding on to the boundaries as opposed to, you know, expressing what the boundaries are. Behind that is the Page of Swords. I'm hearing nosy. Not that you're nosy, but you got some nosy people around you that you got to put the boundaries up so they can't see. Like you have people around you, Libra, who are just all up in your business because they obviously don't have any of their own, and that's not your problem. But the boundaries part, Two of Cups, that's behind that. These are people who act like they are on your level, Libra. They act like they are here to reciprocate and here to support. Because what's behind the Two of Cups, Libra, is power. Mm-mm. You give them a chance, Libra, and they're going to change it up on you so fast. Because what's behind that is the Five of Wands. You know, they find out what's going on in your life. They want to know what you're about to do. They want to know your plans so they can do whatever they can to thwart them. So they can do whatever they can to distract you, to keep you on a certain level to keep you from elevating from to wherever you are supposed to be. Going back to the original spread, Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. You know the truth with the Knight of Swords here. But your heart, you want to give. And that's kind of what keeps you in this space and holding on to the boundaries that you should be telling people about. Not just telling them, but showing them too. Your heart, there has to be balance, right? Thinking with your head as well as your heart, using your logic and your intuition. But it's your heart that keeps you kind of like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to, I don't want to cause any waves. And like, fuck their feelings. You rather lose your peace than hurt somebody's feelings and tell them to mind their damn business. And I'm saying it like that, Libra, because I like you. Because, like, for real, fuck their feelings. Libra, you got shit to do. You have kingdoms and empires to build, Libra, and they don't need to know about it. Let me clarify the Knight of Cups for Libra. Yeah. Clarify the Knight of Cups for Libra. Because what they want to do is come in and try to steal your ideas and, like I said, distract you. Clarifying the Knight of Cups. But you got things to do. You have a divine path that you're supposed to be on. Clarify the Knight of Cups, please, for Libra, this one. Okay. Clarifying the Knight of Cups. That's the Nine of Cups for Libra. You supposed to be sitting pretty. You supposed to be, in a space of good and plenty, celebrating yourself, achieving all the things. However, that they tug at your heartstrings, you know? They'll say something, well, but I just don't want, how people get those little wet puppy eyes. Like, like, get off. I just want to know. I just want to help you. I just want to be there for you. No, you don't. You just want to know what the fuck I'm doing. You just want to know what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is minding my business. You should try it out sometime. Send them over here, Libra. I'll tell them for you. Nah, I can't tell them for you. Spirit wants you to tell them. Can we clarify the Eight of Swords for Libra? The Moon. That's what has you in your head, Libra. It's that what will they do if, I tell them? I don't want them to think a certain way about me. I don't want them to stop being my friend. I don't want that. They're not your friend anyway if they spying on you and trying to keep you from your divine path. They are trying to obscure your vision, Libra. They're trying to be a distraction, like, hey, do this. Don't follow your divine path. No, don't invest your money. No, don't apply for that promotion. Stay down here with me. Mm-mm. Like, nah. That's what their job is. Well, if you apply for that job, Libra, we won't be able to spend time together. Like, yeah, that's the point. I got shit to do. you know, Libra, you got shit to do. You have empires and kingdoms to build, Libra. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands? Can we clarify the Nine of Wands? Libra. Let me, Libra, Libra, Libra. You see, Libra, you see how you holding on to these wands that's supposed to be your boundaries, and you see where it says completion. I'm gonna put it real simple. Real simple. Stop that shit. Maybe you don't want to tell people your boundaries. You can show them though. You can show them better than you can tell them. When they start asking questions, start getting in there in your business, or start acting funny, start trying to thwart everything that you're trying to do, you can just pull your energy. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to explain anything to anybody, Libra. You got shit to do. And you could literally just say that. If you don't curse, I have things to do. You don't have to curse like me, Libra. You can just be like, I have things to do. I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? What's the next steps for Libra? But I need you, Libra. We, Spirit and I, need you to unbundle your boundaries and set them up. Unbundle your boundaries and set them up. You have things to do. You got healing to do. You got balance to get. You got peace to hold on to. There's so many things, Libra. We can keep going. What's the next steps for Libra? Next steps for Libra, please. Libra, do you know how you can save with your boundaries? Do you know how much gas money, Libra, you could save if you put them boundaries? That's gas money, Libra. Next steps, Libra. Five of Cups. Look, Libra. Again, Libra. I'm simple because you like it. You like it plain, Libra. I like you like that. This isn't you. This is you telling these people fuck their feelings, and that's gonna be them. This is you when you put your boundaries up, you unbundle those boundaries, and you tell people like, I have things to do. They're gonna be sad, but they're gonna be okay. Either they gonna shit or get off the pot. They're gonna get with the program, or they're gonna leave you alone. That's it, that's all. But you got to unbundle those boundaries. Yeah. They'll have to deal with the loss while you move on. That's just it. Or they can elevate with you. Spirit says that's it, that's all, Libra. I know you like it plain. You like, just give it to me simple, Shauna. There you go, Libra. There you go. One last time, Libra. Unbundle your boundaries. That's it. Unbundle your boundaries. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Libra. Thank you for coming through. All right. Hey, Ethan. All right, let me get the next one up on deck. We got Scorpio on deck. Get your timestamp going, Scorpio. serving Scorpio. Okay, let's find out who or what is living rent free in Scorpio's mind. Who or what is living rent free in Scorpio's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Scorpio's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Scorpio's mind? All of these? Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords, the Fool, and the Tower. Scorpio at the bottom of the deck. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Scorpio, there is something that is keeping you from attaining whatever is, and we're going to get into it, whatever is keeping living rent free in your mind is keeping you from your Nine of Pentacles energy. Behind the Nine of Pentacles is the Three of Wands. It's like and with this Three of Wands, Spirit is showing me like you're looking for something to come back to you, like you're looking for something to return, somebody to give something back, as opposed to with the Three of Wands, you're looking for you're looking for your ships to come in. Seven of Pentacles was behind that. And it made sense because you put a lot of time, energy, and probably money into a situation or a person. And so you're looking for some reciprocity. And behind the Seven of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. As well as the Nine of Swords. The Page of Pentacles, this person, and that's what I'm getting now. Spirit's like, this is a person. They do as little as possible. They do the minimal. They breadcrumb. When you show up and you're really close to Nine Pentacles energy, they show up as a Page of Pentacles. And it stresses you out because you still looking for some reciprocity. You looking for half of the car note. You looking for half of the rent. You looking for half of the mortgage or whatever percentage you have agreed upon. You looking for at least $10. Like a cooked meal, something. And it's like, instead of a cooked meal, they just buy you like a nugget, a McNugget. Why didn't get you the 5-piece? I mean, the 10-piece, they get you the 5-piece on some bullshit. Stress you the fuck out. That's messed up. So you keep going back and forth with this person. It's like, this is the Two of Pentacles. You've been in a cycle with this person. And Spirit is like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. This person has had enough of your time. They've had enough of your energy. And now it's time for you not just to elevate, but transform beyond this whole situation. We got to get you into that Nine of Pentacles. Behind Death is the Ace of Cups. And if you see this Ace of Cups, they have fumbled you more than once. This is one of those wake up calls for you. And I will hold this all the way up. This is judgment, but there's a whole bunch of naked people here. This is judgment. This is a wake up call. This is that moment, Scorpio, where it's just like, look, this is where the rubber meets the road. What you trying to do? Why didn't y'all tell me I had to spittle mouth? Hold on. As well as, okay. Here we go. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, you supposed to look out for the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Dag on it, Scorpio. So yeah, this is that wake up call. You are at a turning point, Scorpio, where it's just like, are you going to continue to choose them or choose yourself? Which one you going to do? Right here, going back to the original spread, we have the Knight of Swords, the Fool, and the Tower. The Tower isn't always about a tragic moment. A lot of times it means a sudden change. And with this calling, this judgment popping up here, this is one of those moments where it's just like, okay, this is that moment. This isn't something you've already thought it out, you've already processed. It's time to step into your Nine of Pentacles. You've had the conversations with yourself. You had the conversations probably with some of your best friends, close family members, about what to do. And now it's time to make the moves. Because this person has shown you exactly who they are. They've shown you that they are going to, as much as you put in with the Seven of Pentacles energy, they are always going to show up, Scorpio, with as the page, with a little bit, with just enough to keep you holding on. Can we clarify the Fool for Scorpio? This, there are people, there is a person out there for you, Scorpio, who is loyal, like this little pup here. Loyal. They know exactly who they have. But how can you see or notice them when you're in a cycle with a Page of Pentacles? Clarifying the Fool for Scorpio, please. Clarifying the Fool for Scorpio. Scorpio, you deserve somebody that's loyal. Clarifying the Fool is the Queen of Swords. You've been through enough with this person that you already know the truth. You already know how they're going to act and respond or react without even doing anything. This is time to base your decision on facts and not off of them pulling on your heartstrings or just giving you just enough to have you stick around. Make that mind over heart decision. Do you love yourself more than a little bit that they give you? Can you clarify the Tower? And I asked that question Not out of judgment, Scorpio. I asked that question because I've been there. And it's hurtful to come to that realization that, man, I've been living off of breadcrumbs, giving and giving to this person, making whole meals, baking whole ass French bread for this person. They just give me crumbs. Clarify the Tower. Clarifying the Tower is the Page of Wands. This is about the Page of Wands is somebody who is fearless and somebody who will make that move. You know, the Wands is all about movement. It's about action. And again, this is clarifying the Tower. Are you ready to make that sudden change just like that? Because you've already thought it over. You've already contemplated, you know, where this is going to go, what's going to happen with this. You just have to take the action. You have to be fearless, courageous, and choose yourself. Aren't you curious to see what will happen to your life if you come out of a cycle? Aren't you curious to see what kind of amazing, loyal people and opportunities that come into your life once you choose yourself and get this person who's been living rent-free in your mind out of your mind? Because now all you think about is you and your growth, you and becoming, you and building your empire, you and building your kingdom, you and your Nine of Pentacles energy. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles, please, and thank you. Clarifying the Nine of Pentacles. We got two of them. You can guarantee, because the Page of Pentacles showed up again, different deck, you can guarantee this person is going to come back round with the Page of Pentacles, with just a little bit, making it seem like they changed, but they haven't. But there's a choice here. The Page of Pentacles or fulfillment. And when we talk about fulfillment, we're talking about peace. We're talking about joy. You know, this isn't just about, you know, emotional fulfillment, but it's also about the possibility of having a fulfilling romantic relationship with someone else. And it's also about connecting. Because when you choose you, you're also choosing your higher self. Also choosing the universe. You're choosing your benevolent ancestors, God, whomever it is that leads you spiritually. You're choosing that spiritual connection. What's the next step? Next step for Scorpio. Ooh, two again. Next step. We got Judgment and the Five of Pentacles. This is your opportunity, or the next step for you is a rebirth. Once you step away from this, you're stepping away from the lack mindset. You're stepping away from questioning yourself or accepting the minimal and thinking that is enough. Believing that is enough. Believing that is what you're worthy of, and it's not. You're actually more than enough, with Strength at the bottom of the deck. You're worthy of so much more. But it's really up to you to make that decision. Yeah. And I do hope, Scorpio, that you choose yourself. But even if you don't, Scorpio, you know, we will leave and hold space for you here. But that's what we got. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Scorpio. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. All right, well, on to the next. Who we got on deck? Let's see. On deck, we have Sagittarius. Let me get the timestamp going here. All right. Now serving Sagittarius. All right. Who or what spirit is living rent free in Sagittarius' mind? Who or what is living rent free in Sagittarius' mind? Who or what is living rent free in Sagittarius' mind? Knight of Swords. It's been popular. King of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Who are all these people? Got the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Three of Cups behind that. You are removing your energy, and or at least Sagittarius want to remove your energy and go towards some folks that you are more comfortable with, some folks that you feel safe with this Three of Cups here. Behind the Three of Cups is the Moon. Move this over. And behind the Moon is the Four of Wands. There's some apprehension because there's some things with the Seven of Cups behind the Four of Wands. There are some things that you can't trust, though. It's like there's an illusion of a sense of community. There's an illusion of happiness and joy and fulfillment. And there's some things here with the Moon that are like some secrets that need to come to the surface or will end up coming to the surface. But you want to separate yourself from it. Separate yourself from the whole energy. That's what it has to do with these people. Going back to the original spread, the Knight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah. There is there's some shady shit going on here. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. First of all, I want to establish that the um the biological sex, there is no biological sex or gender identity. So take it as it resonates. With the King of Pentacles, this is a person that you are connected to. This is the person, Sagittarius, that you are in that relationship with, that you are, it could be a romantic relationship. That's really what I'm getting here. And then we got the Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is not you. It's somebody else that they connected with, this King of Pentacles. Again, we're outside of the gender identity. We're outside of biological sex here. And this person is somebody that this King of Pentacles keeps connecting with, or they impulsively did it. And really ended up putting you in a third party situation. Because the Knight of Swords is somebody who really doesn't think things through. They just do shit. And they talk slick. Let's clarify this. Let me clarify the King of Pentacles for Sagittarius. So whoever this King of Pentacles is to Sagittarius, that's the person who's living rent free in your mind. Clarify the King of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Pentacles. That's the person who's living rent free in your mind. Clarify the King of Pentacles, please. We got the Wheel. This person is somebody. Your king, the King of, I won't say your King of Pentacles, but the King of Pentacles energy in your life is somebody who, the Wheel of Fortune, it is about fortunate events, but the wheel is something that is constantly turning. So we go through fortunate and we also go through unfortunate things. So this is a cycle that has occurred, and it probably has happened more than once. This person has done very impulsive things. It may not be third party energies all the time, but they always do things and think about it later. It's the constant cycle of fortunate times and unfortunate times. The cycle of the same shit in just a different day. Can we clarify the Queen of Wands? Clarifying the Queen of Wands for Sagittarius. Yeah. Clarifying the Queen of Wands, Sagittarius. Okay. Yep. The Tower. But you have it in your mind, Sagittarius, that this is the last time, hence the Six of Swords has come up. This is the last time. And what they don't know is that this is the last time. Clarify the Six of Swords. So if this is the last time, because you've gotten this change in your mindset, like, you know what? I'm done. Yeah. Page of Wands. You're setting off on your own because consequences be damned. You don't care if uh they come back crying. You don't care if they say, well, I'm gonna take half of everything. You don't care. The Page of Wands is somebody who is fearless. You're done. You're willing to start over, and it doesn't matter because you're choosing yourself. So what are we talking about here, Spirit? What are we talking about? Why is a person living rent free in Sagittarius's mind? Why is this person living rent free in Sagittarius's mind if they are cutting them off? Because that's what they're showing me. Ooh. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's a part of you that still has a mindset, because this person is the King of Pentacles. They may be somebody who has taken care of things. There's a certain lifestyle that you're used to, Sagittarius. And what's bothering you is the fact that you will have to start over, which also means that you have to find a way, not find a way, but you have to rely on yourself. It's about being independent. And that's what's keeping you from actually starting over. It's that scarcity mindset. And I'm getting more so that it's based on the material things than it is on, like, I'm not worthy enough or anything like that. It's more about the lifestyle. It's more about having certain things, having access to certain things, and then not having access to certain things. So what's the next step? Next step for Sagittarius. Next step for Sagittarius, please. Restoration. Four of Swords. You know, when you step out, when you decide to step out and take a chance on yourself, you will be able to recuperate the lifestyle that you have and then more. But you have to be able to trust your walk. You got to be able to trust the decision that you make, and be certain that your spirit team, God, the universe, is going to give you exactly what you want and more. Your lifestyle isn't dependent on this person who has not shown loyalty to you. Yeah. Restoration is going to come to you, but you got to trust it. That's it. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Sagittarius, that's it. I hope that helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time. Who we got next? Who is on deck? Get my. We got Capricorn on deck. Get the time stamp going, Cap. Okay. serving Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Let's see. Well, what Capricorn is living rent free in your mind? Who or what is living rent free in Capricorn's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Capricorn's mind? Okay. All right. Cap, we got the Emperor, the Nine of Wands, and the World. At the bottom of the deck, Cap, we have Temperance. Excuse me. This Temperance is, Spirit said, pouring into yourself, Cap. Having patience with the journey and being in flow. There's some rigidity that you may not be so willing to let go of, but it's required. The Three of Cups is behind that. It's given the energy where you want to be in a state of celebration already, but there's some steps that you want to skip in the journey. With the Moon behind that, there's some things that you intuitively know, but I don't know, it just feels like you not that you don't want to believe it, but it's one of those things where it's just like, like damn, I don't want to do that. Like that's the thing. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Where it requires us to grow or to trust or to put ourselves in a position of where we have to, you know, expand our vessel and trust the journey. It's like, damn, can I get a break? That's what I'm getting from the Moon here. That's what I'm getting from the Moon here. So it's not like you are afraid or anything like that. It's like, can I get a break? Can I get a break with the Four of Wands behind that? Like, I just want to be, can we skip some steps? Let me just, like, I feel like I've learned all the lessons right now. I don't want to start over with the Page of Wands. It's like, I learned all the lessons. I'm tired of lessons. That's really what I'm getting here. And you know what, Cap? I feel the same way sometimes. A lot of the times. Because sometimes it does get difficult, this journey that we're on, especially when we are growing spiritually and emotionally, and we get tested and challenged. It seems like at every turn. And with this challenge, Cap, the energy of this Eight of Wands is not Eight of Wands, excuse me, the Eight of Cups is that you may be asked to walk away from somebody or something that you really don't want to. You have to disconnect. This Ace of Cups is a little different than the traditional Ace of Cups for me, in the fact that you can see it, Cap, is turned over, and what it looks like, the way it's turned over, is the cup, that's in the traditional Rider Waite Smith, is always an overflow But this one looks like everything that was in overflow has spilled out into this lake or river or whatever it is. And spirit is showing me like this, the person that or situation that you are going to end up walking away from is somebody that you have poured into quite a bit, given to quite a bit, and they just kind of turned the cup over, laid the cup down, like, all right, thanks. You know, it's it's giving off ungrateful and entitled. We have the Emperor. Going back to the original spread, we have the Emperor, the Nine of Wands, and the World. This is the Emperor is somebody who takes accountability. They have authority. They are, and this of course is outside of your gender identity and biological sex. We could all have characteristics of the Emperor. So yeah, this is somebody who has authority of their lives, but also they have those boundaries as well. And this Nine of Wands is different in the fact that, you know, in the traditional Rider Waite Smith, the Nine of Wands has the wands behind the person set up like boundaries. It's about persevering. But this Nine of Wands is different in the fact that the wands are mostly just bundled up. There are no boundaries. Not only that, this person is on their knees. They're not even standing up. And whomever this person who feels entitled, this person who is ungrateful, this is the person who is living rent free in your mind. And Spirit is saying it's now time to claim authority back over your mind and set up some boundaries. It's time with the world here to move on. But it requires to put these boundaries up. Unbundle the sticks, stand up, and put the boundaries up. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands? The Cap. Clarifying the Nine of Wands for Cap. Yeah, Cap. Sometimes people think that you owe them something, even though you give and give and give. Clarifying the Nine of Wands. Cap. This is a major test. This is a major challenge for you. Yeah, Cap. There's somebody you've been taking care of. Like I said, you've been pouring into them like the original Ace of Cups. And what they did was just like kind of fumbled it over. They knocked it over like, all right. You've been taking care of them, Cap. Taking care of everything. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog growling in the background. That's a confirmation growl. But yeah, for some of these, you have you have been somebody who has cared too much, taking care of this person too much, Cap. Yeah, we're clarifying the world here with the Magician. You've made a lot of things happen for them, and Spirit is showing us that we're clarifying the world. Now it's time to make some things happen for yourself. But it takes willpower. It takes the ability to have authority and say no, or no thank you, or I'd rather not. It means pulling and putting focus on yourself as opposed to putting focus on others, and realizing that with all the resources that you already have, you could be making things happen for yourself like you've made it happen for other folks. That's the lesson in its entirety. Can we clarify temperance? Clarifying temperance is the Eight of Pentacles. You are an expert manifester. You are somebody who has perfected the craft for others, but have neglected perfecting the craft and taking the time for yourself. What's what's Cap's next step? What is Cap's next step regarding this person who's living rent free in Cap's mind? What is Cap's next step? Three of Cups. Your community is coming to you. Your community is coming to you. However, you have to manifest that for yourself. And in order to manifest that for yourself, you have to again put the focus on yourself as opposed to putting the focus on others. That means celebrating your own growth, celebrating your own potential, celebrating your own gifts, celebrating you, Cap. You've celebrated everybody else, giving people their flowers, figuratively as well as probably literally, but have not given yourself anything. Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, and that's all about balance. Balance and committing to yourself. The people, your folks, your tribe, as you know, people call it nowadays, they're coming in. Those people who are loyal, those people who, pour into you as much as you pour into them, they are coming in. However, it starts with you doing that for yourself. And when people see you do that for them, for yourself, they fall in line or they fall off. Yeah. Celebrate yourself, Cap. Manifest for yourself, Cap. You supposed to be in overflow, Cap. Your Ace of Cups ain't supposed to be like this. Everybody else is supposed to get overflow from you. They get the overflow. They don't get, you don't get a ladle and dip into your cup and then pour to everybody else. No, we not doing that anymore, Cap. Master manifester, Cap. You've been mastering the manifestations for everybody but yourself. But now the focus starts with you. Spirit says that's it. That's all, Cap. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you, for real, Cap. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Cap. Okay. Up next. Up next on deck, we got Aquarius. Aquarius. Almost done, y'all. Almost done. I appreciate y'all coming through and lending your good energy. Now serving Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's see who or what is living rent free in your mind. Who or what is living rent free in Aquarius's mind? Who or what is living rent free in Aquarius's mind? All right. Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Wands. Okay. At the bottom of the deck is Three of Pentacles. This is a working situation. So this could be at a company that you work for, or it could be about your business. Behind that, Three of Pentacles, Aquarius, is the Nine of Cups. Your career or business is supposed to be leading you into your Nine of Cups energy, fulfilling and wishes fulfilled and all the things, right? Behind the Nine of Cups, Aquarius, is the world. But there's this ending. It's this feeling that this energy that you aren't getting what you need where you are. So we have the Six of Swords. You're thinking about moving on towards something that is more fulfilling with the Sun here. And many of you, it may mean, with the Queen of Pentacles, becoming your own boss if you're not already one. And if you are an entrepreneur, pivoting. Maybe you're somebody who has a partner, a business partner. And this means going off on your own. Going back to your original spread here, Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Wands. It's this energy of things aren't moving the way you want them to, Aquarius. This night is pretty much still. Like, usually in the Rider-Waite-Smith, the Knight of Pentacles, there is slow movement, but there is steady growth, right? And with this Knight of Pentacles, it's more of stagnation because reason. And that's what I'm getting. Like, the energy is like you don't feel the growth. You don't feel the or maybe there's no room for growth in the company. We got the King of Swords here that's blocking the growth for you to grow, for you to be the boss. Or this could be your business partner that is blocking the growth. Because there's a stagnation, feeling stuck. You can't make the decisions that you want to for the business to grow, or you can't. There's no upward movement because your boss wants to keep you in a certain place, or you're just at a job where there's politics, there's a whole bunch of drama. It's so much going on where you can't be the great leader that you could possibly be. Can we clarify the King of Swords here for Aquarius? Clarifying the King of Swords for Aquarius, please. Clarify the King of Swords. Got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this person is definitely blocking you. If this is a boss or if this is a business partner, this person is definitely blocking you with the Ten of Swords here, which is why there's this stagnation. And I see why this is a situation that's living rent free in your mind. Can we clarify the King of Wands? Clarifying the King of Wands for Aquarius. Yeah, because your career, Aquarius, is meant to be fulfilling. Yep. King of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. It's meant to be fulfilling. It's meant to give you independence. It's meant to help you build legacy. It's meant to give you self-sufficiency and build abundance. It's meant to help you live your life of comfort, however that looks for you. But there is something that is blocking you, or somebody, rather, for a lot of you, that is blocking you. Can we clarify the Three of Pentacles? And then we're going to find out what the next steps Spirit recommends. Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Hierophant. Some of you were not meant to conform to tradition. So if you were somebody, Aquarius, who had a business idea but did not pursue that, instead you went with the security. Now say like that, the security of working for somebody else because it's a check. This is why your blockage. You're supposed to be bossing with the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands. You're supposed to be the boss. You are supposed to be the boss. You're not supposed to conform. If you are somebody who has a business partner, because maybe somebody told you should have one because of what you chose to go into, you're not supposed to conform. This is somebody who's doing shit on their own. That's the Nine of Pentacles, Aquarius. What's the next steps, recommended next steps for Aquarius regarding this situation? Ooh. Transformation. This is death. It's up to you to change the situation. You know that you were not meant to work a 9 to 5. And if you were supposed to work 9 to 5, you're supposed to be the boss. you know? And if you have a business partner, you knew your idea could have stood out on its own. So the transformation is really about trusting yourself. You have the ideas, you have the capacity, you have the direction with this ace of swords. But now you got to make it happen. It's up to you to transform it, Aquarius. It's up to you to evolve it. You weren't meant to conform. You weren't meant to be a business partner. You were meant to do this on your own. And you can. And you can. So if there were any doubts of if you can be the boss, Spirit saying, hell yes, you can. You can, and you are supposed to be. Yeah. Go ahead and make that happen. Make it happen, Aquarius. You got this. You got this, Aquarius. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I hope this helped. And I hope it helped you for your highest good, Aquarius. We got Pisces on deck, last but not least. Let me get the timestamp going. All right, Pisces. Now serving Pisces. Pisces, let's see. Who or what is living rent free in your mind, Pisces? Who or what is living rent free in your mind? All right, who or what is living rent free in Pisces' mind? We got the Knight of Pentacles again, King of Swords again. Dip. Is this the same? King of Wands. How did this happen? Y'all saw me shuffle. I really did. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Nine of Wands is at the bottom of the deck now. And again, it's a common theme. Boundaries. The Nine of Wands, as you know, Pisces, traditionally in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, is a person who is standing with wands all behind them, and it represents perseverance. It represents, going through boundaries. This person is in a squatting position and all the boundaries are still bundled up. There's some boundaries that there's a boundary situation going on here. Behind this Nine of Wands is justice. There is, without these boundaries in place, things aren't as equal or equitable as they could be. It's almost like not going along to get along, but almost like that. Behind justice is the Hierophant. There's this energy of tradition. Like you are expecting fairness, but that's not what you're getting. You're expecting equity, but that's not what you're getting. But that's how it is traditionally, though, with the Hierophant here. It's this illusion of fairness with the Seven of Cups behind that. Behind the Seven of Cups is the Three of Wands. And it's this whole situation where there is the lack of boundaries and the illusion of fairness and equity is um, it has you in this space of where you are looking beyond what is right in front of you, as you should. You want to see what else is out there. However, the boundaries, they keep bringing me back to those boundaries. Because going out there with the Knight of Swords, it could be an impulsive move. It could be an impulsive move. Going back to your original spread here, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the King of Wands. It's again, it's that energy of feeling stuck, but isn't anything that I'm getting about work. This is feeling stuck just in life. It could be, it ain't, it isn't, could be. It is about feeling stuck spiritually, emotionally, because the traditional route isn't working for you. At least that's the energy that we get. You know, this guy here, the Hierophant is usually one who is in right away standing like this and has the pupils at his feet. But you see how resolved he is. You see how immovable he is. That's the energy that I'm getting from the situation. Although you were told things were going to be fair, things are going to be equal, things are going to be, you'll be able to grow, you'll learn something, you'll do something. That's not, it was a setup. Can we clarify the King of Swords? And it's like this King of Swords energy. That person is the main one keeping the status quo. That person is the main one keeping the status quo, keeping things the same. And it's because they have a position of power. They can make people do things as they see fit, as opposed to doing things as they should be. To clarify, the King of Swords is the Tower. The the idea of tradition, the idea of status quo is one that in your mind that you are being taught now, that is living in your mind rent free, is one that's being broken up with the Tower. That's the change that's happening. You're starting to see that things aren't what they should be, either in this religion, either in your home. It's you're seeing it. And for some of you, this could even be, let's clarify the King of Wands. For some of you, this could even be your marriage. You were told by this person that things were going to be one way, that things were going to be a certain way, and that's not how it turned out. They switched it up on you when you got married. And now you starting to see like, oh, they played the long game. They got me for the okie doke. Like, like for real, for real. And to clarify the King of Wands, we have the Hermit. You know, the Hermit is somebody who things have been illuminated. They have this knowledge now because they have actually sought the knowledge. They have went into solitude and had the growth, had the introspection, and you're starting to see that, and it's putting you into an equal position of this King of Swords. You are becoming, or you are royalty too, and you're starting to see that I am royalty too. You're starting to see that. Hold on. Okay, my apologies, y'all. You're starting to see that you are royalty, and that you can also have authority. You can also have power because you have these things. You have authority, you have power. And that is what is crumbling down. The fact that they wanted you to think and believe that you had none, no authority, no power, even if it was in a marriage. Even if it was in a marriage. It's up here again. The King of Wands. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands for Pisces? Telling you, Pisces, the wheel is changing. However, Pisces, these boundaries got to come up, babe. You got to put these boundaries up. You got to be able to recognize when you dealing with a soothsayer, when you are dealing with somebody who is just pulling your leg just to get you to do something. But it's changing though, and it's changing for your good, because now that you have gone through this experience, you are not going to allow. You've already been to the mountain. You've acquired the knowledge. You got the wisdom. So now that you've been through this experience, you're not going to allow anybody just go to be able to piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. You know, rain ain't yellow. What's the next step? Next step for Pisces. Next step for Pisces. Next step for Pisces, please. All right. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is about mastering. And not just mastering, this is about mastering you. This is about knowing your craft, knowing you, connecting to the universe, your spirit team, to God, on with the growth. And this is something that you do consistently. Because again, you are royalty. You are powerful. You have authority. And practice, my dear, it doesn't make perfect, it makes progress. There's so many things that you were supposed to have outright, but you have been blocked and trapped in this land of status quo. Whether it is again a relationship, whether it is a a religion, you've been trapped in it because you were sold a bill of goods that turned out not to be true. And somebody came to you and told you that they wanted to sell you a beachfront property in Utah. They're like, wait, wait a minute. You know, you get to Utah, you're like, wait, this ain't about a damn beach. That's this situation. You're like, okay, I'm really going to the beach. Yeah. So this is about building your relationship first with you and with whoever is spiritually guiding you, and everything, all the prosperity, all the abundance, it's going to be yours. It already is, but you got to see it. Hmm. That's it, Pisces. I hope it helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good, Pisces. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. We went through all 12. It's all signs reading. It's something else. But anyway, I am going to post the timestamp in the description box, so you all will be able to find it there. I do appreciate and absolutely love everybody that came through to chill, even with the cameras falling and me doing some crazy shit just now, a minute ago. I appreciate your energy. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a good night or a good morning wherever you are. And be safe. See you soon. Bye.